Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us here today. I'm, of course, Gregor Guy.
My name's Casey.
And for your viewing pleasure, we will be presenting episode 29 of the Bangcast. This particular week, it was a very, very interesting week coming from the Supreme Court. A lot of, opinions got released and rulings, so on and so forth. So we'll just go ahead and start off with them overturning the New York law. Basically, and now how I understood it was they needed a reason for, someone applying for a concealed carry permit. Obviously, this goes into, 2A rights and everything. So
this is how it was stated on the Supreme Court website. So basically, the case was New York State Rifle and Pistol Association Incorporated versus Bruin. It says New York's proper cause requirement for obtaining an unrestricted license to carry a concealed firearm violates the 14th Amendment. That it prevents law-abiding citizens with ordinary self-defense needs from exercising their Second Amendment.
yes, well, which I 100% agree with.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree as well. And we live in the state of Maryland. Maryland has the same exact
very,
thing,
very similar laws. So.
where you cannot carry a concealed firearm unless you have a reason, and there's a very limited amount of reasons that you are allowed to carry a concealed firearm. And the Second Amendment simply states that you cannot limit a person's ability to carry a firearm.
Yes. It gives, American citizens the right to bear arms.
Correct.
Which, it is kind of a general term, or phrase.
It doesn't seem very limited or phrased to me. It means that I should be able to carry a weapon anywhere, anytime I feel like.
Anywhere, anytime.
Within the United States of America.
And actually, I believe that they went on in their, opinion that I believe Clarence Thomas wrote. I'm pretty sure that.
I think people knew what my opinion was going to be as soon as they turned it on.
But anyway, he went on to say that it basically, and once again, I don't have the opinion directly in front of me, but basically that Americans have the right to carry arms outside of their homes.
Oh yeah.
So in public. And I'm totally fine with that. I think you would see crime go down because realistically, this gun control debate realistically started over crime.
You can look and see at the states and the cities that have the most restrictive gun control laws.
And they have the most crime.
They have the most crime.
Yes.
It's obvious. It's black and white. Anybody that says otherwise at this point
is a fool.
Yes, is a fool. The more people, if you don't know if you're out there trying to rob people, take their money and stuff, their property, or hurt them, or just generally out there to hurt them, you're gonna think longer and hard about it because you don't know whether or not that person is armed.
Yeah, very true. And I have been saying that, for it seems like 20 years.
It's because it's
ever
it's
since
basic.
I grew up and realized that okay,
it's basic
something's
logic.
wrong here.
It's basic logic that I don't understand how people cannot understand it. Not to mention, I don't personally believe that's what the Second Amendment is for in the first place.
No,
I believe the Second Amendment is in order for the government to become tyrannical and that we can fight back.
Yeah, right. And obviously, okay, let's just take this for instance. Let's say that they take the weapons away from, all the law-abiding citizens.
Right.
First of all, guess what? Criminals are still going to have access to guns. They will still smuggle weapons in.
Criminals are criminals for a
Criminals
reason.
are criminals. Yes,
Because-
exactly.
Because they do not obey laws.
Exactly.
Oh, I'm gonna go rob this store, even though it's illegal to rob this store. Should I bring this gun, even though I know it's illegal to bring this gun?
Right, while doing something else illegal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the logic behind this to me has never made sense.
No.
So, and I mean, just lumping this in here, now they're all worried about all these mass shootings and everything.
Mass shootings are a complete separate issue, and it's I think it's one of
But it's also a topic point
Right.
revolving around the situation at this point in time.
there's two reasons for mass shootings. Number one,
Mental illness.
mental illness. I mean,
You heard it here first.
Yeah.
If you don't know already.
and I've been hearing something about red flag laws. I don't know the basis behind those, but there if you have like any kind of mental issues, you should I mean, even though this goes against the Second Amendment, that you can bear firearms. I think there is reasonable. There are reasonable laws that most people would agree with. That anybody that has mental issues, anybody that's a career criminal, these people should not have weapons.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. Anyone who is a convicted felon should,
Right.
not have access to firearms.
If you lose,
Because more than likely they're going to commit another
if
crime.
you lose the right to vote, you should lose the right to carry a weapon. Now, that I think those kind of laws should be in place.
Yeah, I mean,
In
I
fact,
agree with that.
in fact, I think it should lower a citizenship level.
So now we have tiers of citizenship?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
What
there's
you're
already
thinking?
tiers of citizenship.
Okay.
All the illegal aliens that are running around, they are not citizens.
Yeah, obviously.
Then there's the regular people that are just general citizens, and then you have politicians and people in high power.
The elites.
The elites that have a complete set of different rules all to themselves. There are levels of citizenship.
Okay. I mean, that's a fair assessment, I would say. I had, kind of thought about it like that, but just hearing it from another person
Right.
just makes me feel safe.
I mean, I can't believe I'm the first. I would be the first person that you'd hear it from. I mean,
Well, yeah, I mean, you probably weren't, but either way.
I honestly, now that I think about it, I've never heard somebody put it in that way. It's just, I mean, I was just actively thinking my mind right there.
Right. Well, I mean, you might have heard me put it that way before.
Yeah, it's possible. I don't know. Maybe I did hear it somewhere else.
Anyway, but okay, with this particular ruling, now obviously, I assume that the state of New York is going to come up with a new law that they will institute, for sure.
Right.
And maybe change the wording a little bit or whatever it is, but it'll still discriminate based somehow on it might not be a reason why you are applying for this permit, but I assume that they're going to come up with some kind of workaround.
So, New
And
York.
then it'll have to go through the court process again,
Yep, New York
hopefully to get struck down again.
That's what's going to happen. New York actively tries to make its citizens less safe.
Yeah.
We'll just put it that way.
There you go. You heard it first. New York sucks.
I mean,
If you're in New York, though, we love you and you're watching.
their ex-governor murdered hundreds of thousands, or not hundreds of thousands, but thousands of old people during COVID.
That's touchy.
That's not touchy. That's a fact.
That's a fact. There you go. You heard it here first. Okay.